hide. Open this door now!
In foggy Lagos nights, brave Chidi faces a cursed hotel floor. Unknown forces, shadowy women, and impossible doors trap him. Danger, betrayal, and hidden truths mount as he fights for life. Welcome to Ancestral Echo by Prand. Please subscribe and thumbs up, it means the world to us. Once upon a time, in the bustling heart of Lagos where the skyline kissed them, heavens and traffic moved like molasses in Harmattan, there stood a hotel that everybody knew about but nobody could quite remember. The Grand Palmview Hotel, they called it, 5 stars gleaming like gold teeth in a rapper's smile. Now, in those days, as our ancestors would say, a young man named Chidi was grinding harder than pepper in a mortar. Dude was a software developer, always on his laptop, always chasing that bag. His homeboy Emeka hit him up one Friday evening. "Guy, I don't swear, this deal go change our lives oh." Emeka said through the phone, voice shaking with excitement. "But the investor man say we must meet tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. sharp. He dey stay for Grand Palmview Hotel." Chidi didn't even hesitate. "Bet. I dey come tonight. No walla." So it came to pass that Chidi packed his backpack, called a boat, and headed into the Lagos night. The city was alive, hawkers shouting, generators humming, the smell of suya mixing with exhaust fumes. Real ones know that Lagos after dark is a different beast entirely. When he pulled up to the Grand Palmview, Chidi had to admit the place was giving what it was supposed to give. Marble floors so clean you could see your reflection plotting its own come up. Crystal chandeliers that probably cost more than his entire net worth. The receptionist, a woman with a smile sharper than a worry woman's clapback, greeted him. "Good evening, sir. Checking in." Yeah. I need a room for the night. Something affordable, I beg." "You know how it be." She typed on her computer, her nails clicking like a grandmother's warning. And lo, her smile flickered, just for a second, like Nipah taking light. "We have room 413 available. It's our special rate. Very affordable. 413. Chidi raised an eyebrow. "This hotel get 4th floor?" "Yes sir. Brand new wing. Just renovated." The price she quoted was so cheap, Chidi thought he misheard. In Lagos. A 5-star hotel room for that price. No, something wasn't adding up, but his bank account wasn't exactly doing backflips either. "I take it," he said. "Now hear this, children of nowadays." The receptionist's hand trembled slightly as she handed him the key card. A physical key card, old school, with the number 413 embossed in fading gold. "Sir," she said quietly, her voice different now, stripped of its professional polish. "I beg, no leave your room after midnight. You hear? Just stay inside." Chidi laughed it off. "Auntie, you don't watch too much Nollywood. I just want sleep, Baiko." He took the elevator up. In the manner of all elevators in Lagos hotels, it moved slowly, groaning like it was carrying the weight of generational trauma. 1st floor. 2nd floor. 3rd floor. Then, 4th floor. The doors opened to a hallway that was different from the others. Dimmer. The carpet looked older, like it remembered independence. The air smelled like old books and something else, something that made the hairs on his neck stand up like soldiers at attention. Room 413 was at the end of the hall. And it was written in the book of bad decisions that Chidi would swipe his card and enter that room. It was nice enough. Bed looking mad comfortable, AC blasting like it had something to prove, flat screen TV mounted on the wall. But there was something off. The mirror was covered with a cloth. The windows had thick curtains that looked like they hadn't been opened since Buhari's first term. Chidi shrugged, kicked off his shoes, and collapsed on the bed. These Lagos people and their superstition sure. Niger no go kill person. He scrolled through his phone, checked Instagram, laughed at some memes, then set his alarm for 5 a.m. As the ancestors would say, he who does not listen will fail. At exactly 11:47 p.m., Chidi woke up to use the bathroom. The room was dark except for the green glow of the AC display. As he walked past the covered mirror, he heard it. Tap. 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 Someone was knocking on his door. Bro, it's almost midnight. Who be this? He muttered, annoyed. He checked the peephole. Nothing. Just the empty hallway, dim and waiting. Tap. 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 The knocking came again, but this time it sounded like it was coming from inside the walls. Chidi's heart started doing a zonto in his chest. Hello, he called out. Then, as the elders foretold, a voice answered. A woman's voice, smooth like butter, speaking in that Lagos accent that could sell sand to Sahara. Baby, open the door now. I don't tire for outside. Chidi froze. He didn't know any baby in Lagos. He was single as a
Baby,
Naira
open the
note.
door now. I don't tire for
Wrong
outside.
room, I beg.
Chidi.
Wrong
Try
room,
another
man.
door.
Try another door.
Chidi, the voice said, and now it was less smooth, more insistent. Chidi, my love. You don't forget me so soon. Open this door before I vex oh. Verily, verily, Chidi's blood turned to ice water. How did this person know his name? He grabbed his phone, hands shaking like someone washing clothes, and called Emeka. Guy, this hotel get Kelego, he whispered urgently. Something they happen for this room 413. 413. Emeka's voice went quiet. Chidi, that hotel no get 4th floor. I don't stay there before. The building only get 3 floors. The line went dead. Chidi looked around the room with new eyes. The covered mirror. The sealed windows. The door that now seemed less like an exit and more like a trap. Bang. 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 The knocking was aggressive now, angry. The door was shaking in its frame. Chidi. You think say you fit run.
You think say you fit hide. Open this door
Open
now.
this door now. In the days of old, when faced with evil spirits, our people knew, never open the door, never look in the mirror, and never, ever engage with what comes in the night. But Chidi's curiosity was like Samson's hair, his strength and his weakness. He walked slowly to the covered mirror and pulled back the cloth. The reflection showed his room. But in the mirror, someone was sitting on his bed. A woman in a red dress, her back to him, her hair covering her face. She turned slowly, and Chidi saw that where her face should be, there was just darkness. A void that seemed to swallow light. She smiled, or at least, the darkness rearranged itself in a way that suggested a smile. You see me now, the thing said, its voice coming from the mirror and the door and the walls and everywhere. You see me? Now you go stay with me. Forever. Room 413 always need company. And so the tale is told, Chidi did what any smart Lagos boy would do. He didn't scream. He didn't faint. He grabbed his bag, ran to the window, and yanked open those cursed curtains. Outside wasn't Lagos. Outside was nothing. Just fog and darkness and the sound of many voices whispering his name. He turned back. The woman from the mirror was standing in his room now, reaching for him with hands that had too many fingers. Chidi remembered something his grandmother told him before she passed. In the manner of our fathers, she had said, when evil corners you, speak the name of the Most High and run like Jonah from Nineveh. Jesus, he shouted, and with strength he didn't know he had, he ran straight for the door, yanked it open, and sprinted down that hallway. The woman's scream followed him, a sound like metal scraping against bone. He didn't wait for the elevator. He took the stairs, jumping 3 at a time. 4th floor. 3rd floor. 2nd floor. 1st floor. He burst into the lobby, panting, sweating, looking like he'd seen the other side. The receptionist looked at him with sad, knowing eyes. You went out after midnight, she said simply. The room, the woman, There is no 4th floor, sir. There is no room 413. Not anymore. Not since the fire. In 1987. But sometimes it still checks people in. And thus it was that Chidi learned some discounts are too good to be true. He ran from that hotel and never looked back. The investor meeting. Turn out Emeka made the whole thing up, he never got any call, never scheduled any meeting. Something had lured Chidi to room 413. To this day, as our people say, the Grand Palmview Hotel still stands in Lagos. The staff will tell you they only have 3 floors. But sometimes, late at night, the elevator will stop on a 4th floor that shouldn't exist. And somewhere in the fog between what is and what shouldn't be, room 413 still waits for guests who book too late and ask too few questions. This is the way of the story. This is how it is told. From my mouth to your ears, and may you never need a room after midnight. Thanks for watching and please subscribe for more interesting story like this.